everyone, Steph Beckett here at InfoComm 2025 here at Televic's booth, and I have a very exciting treat for all of you watching. I'm about to take a booth tour of Televic's entire booth, and we're going to start, AJ over here is going to start by, kind of telling us, what are we looking at here, AJ? Feel free to introduce yourself and talk a little bit about this section of your booth.
Thanks so much. My name's AJ Peterson. I'm a technical sales consultant at Televic Conference US, and what you're seeing here is kind of our flagship table, which is the Confidia Flex table. And what we really like to point out is how Televic's, all of our offerings are completely interoperable and mix and match.
Nice.
Both wired, wireless, if the device has a screen or not a screen.
Okay.
And they all play nice together, completely interchangeable. Of course, we did a spy theme this
yes,
year,
I'm looking
nice.
at this and I'm like, okay, we see James Bond, we see Jason Bourne.
It has to be fun.
Love it.
Of course, the e-ink nameplates, we do like to point out that they can be standalone and work as is. And we also have just examples of our user interface with that touch screen. We kind of often forget what the end user experience is, so we really want to show that and how easy it is and friendly it is. Of course, we have our assistive listening system, Unite, which doubles as both presentation microphones and assistive listening. We can even do interpretation with Unite.
Oh, very cool.
So this is kind of showing like a bit of one of everything, but it's completely integrated and working simultaneously together.
Nice. Where would you see all of these working together? Like, what kind of application would that be?
Yes. Everywhere.
Yes.
So we see them all working together. We play a lot in corporate, where it's really been expanding. A lot of people say it's conference, it's government, and it is, but it's also K through 12, higher ed. It's corporate.
Yeah.
The U.S. courtrooms, we see the need for interpretation services at an affordable price point, and audio intelligibility is more important now than ever, especially when you'll see us integrate with AI.
Absolutely.
You're only as good as your source. And if we're going to implement AI, we have to have a great source. So we really see it a little bit of everywhere.
No, I think that's a great answer.
Yeah.
I mean, when you think about needing these services, like we need them everywhere. So, and we're starting to lean on AI more and more for translation services, and we're putting that everywhere that we can, because now that we can offer translation services, we might as well offer them everywhere.
Absolutely.
To kind of help everyone have a better experience. So totally get it. This is awesome.
Thank you so much. And of course, we're creating better understanding here at the Televic booth. I believe I'm going to hand off to my associate, Wes.
Okay, let's
go. As we lead you over to our D-Cerno table.
Okay, sounds good to me. All right. Hi again, Wes.
Hello again.
Hi, I'm excited. So what are we looking at here?
Over here.
This is the D-Cerno table,
That
no?
is correct.
Sorry,
so
I took that from you.
At this station, we're really highlighting D-Cerno being used in two different ways. So on this side, again, we talked about simplicity, we talked about plug and play, but also hitting the feature sets we want. So we have two different types here. We have a chairman, we have a delegate.
Perfect.
And honestly, what I kind of wanted to get ready and focus here for the video is right out of the box, we have these different ways that we can route audio.
Nice.
Whether you're just doing something in person for a rental company that needs to have something deployed up to 250 units,
right.
Or like we talked about at length with courtrooms, or integrating with other folks for your DSP. So we can do all these different modes, and here at this station we've just got very straightforward. You got the engine, you got the delegate units, and we've got our embedded web server to make those decisions right out of the box.
Very cool.
On the other side,
okay. So we have DSP mode.
Over here we're showing something a little more sophisticated. We want to be able to showcase with some of our great partners. This is Biamp, and we are using AES67 to connect over audio over IP, in this case Biamp, and then just showcasing just a little bit of control, and making sure that people, when they come and visit the booth, they understand that, we're right out of the box, we can do a lot.
Yeah.
But if you want to expand and go into something
more
more sophisticated,
customize,
we play well within the industry.
Yeah.
And so this side's just really all, showcasing about what we can do with our partners out there.
Which is important. I think that, we are in an era of trying to break down those walled gardens at long last. So
And honestly, for us, a few years ago, we released Smart Audio and Control and really allowed to have this integration with DSPs and treat all of these as endpoints on that audio network.
Yeah.
It's really opened it up for integrators, for consultants, and even the users to collaborate with and build out the things that they want.
Yeah, and this just kind of goes to show your scalability as well.
Exactly. And so this is our entry level, and even at our most affordable products, we're bringing in this feature set.
Yeah, love it. Love to see it.
Let's jump over and talk about some of the top of the line that we have.
All right, top of the line.
So all at this station, we
Yes.
have our higher end, top of the line products. This is our Unicose family of products. New for this year is what we're calling Unicose Core.
Yes.
We call it Core because it's really focused on the core components of what people are interested in.
Nice.
Which is the fact that these tabletop devices have a camera,
Yep.
a monitor, a microphone, and a loudspeaker.
Yep.
We talked about hybrid. We talked about the importance of collaborating in a hybrid environment. And that's what this is. So not only just the hardware focused on that screen, what we're showing is a Zoom meeting that's live right now. As I activate a microphone, I grab that camera and it's dynamically assigned to one of our video outboxes, which feeds into Zoom or
Very
Teams
cool.
or any of those platforms so that I get my own square
Amazing.
in the meeting, as opposed to just one big wide shot.
Yes.
So we're showcasing that here in a couple of different ways. One thing I would want to make sure gets noted is that sometimes people don't like our standard item.
Okay.
So at the edge of the table, we've got what we call a Unibox. That's the electronics of the tabletop device
Yes.
mounted under the table, and these are all third-party pieces.
Okay.
Anyone's touchscreen, anyone's webcam,
Nice.
and then we just use our mic and button. You can even use third-party mics.
Oh, cool.
Don't tell anyone. But
Okay,
we
yeah.
work with a few of them, and you can really customize this out. We do a lot with Arthur Home typically, and so they're nice retractable mounts.
Yes.
So in case you want a bigger monitor, all that's available, and that station is really dialing into that meeting equity that we've talked so much about.
Does Unicose have a ideal application type?
The core product I just talked about, we're thinking that's going to go really well in corporate. The Unicose started off in the big international organizations.
Yep.
So you had languages, you had document handling, you had all these things. You could order a pencil.
Yeah.
But we don't need all of that. What we
Sure.
want is the monitor and the camera, the mic and the speaker. So we did a sizable reduction in cost, and we focused on those feature sets. And now we're thinking corporate boardroom tables, area where there's
Absolutely.
line of sight challenges.
Yep.
And so I need to be able to, because it's typically like this. Here's the big flat screen.
Yes.
I'm talking to you because I see you up there,
Yeah.
and then there's some camera somewhere else showing the side of my face.
Yes.
And that's not what you want. You want to have direct contact so
Yep.
it feels like I'm speaking to you or I'm speaking
To you. Yeah.
And that's what this really helps out with.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And it's familiar now. Pre-pandemic,
no.
I don't know what this is.
Yeah.
Post, everyone knows what this is.
Yes.
So still room to play with, but I think the corporate area, higher end council chambers,
Yep.
they're going to want this because this is what they've been experiencing.
Yeah. I 100% agree.
So that's it for my side. I'd like to hand it off to Kira as we go to the finishing off for Unite.
Sounds good.
So I'll walk us all over there with
All
you,
right.
Steph.
All right. Here, I'll go this way. Hello.
And here's Kira.
Hello.
Hi, Kira.
Hi, Steph.
I
How
haven't
are
seen
you?
you in a minute.
I know. It's been a minute.
So tell me about Unite.
Unite. So Unite is our wireless communication system. It is very unique. Of course, there are other manufacturers out there that have and provide wonderful products in assistive listening and audio distribution. What sets us apart with Unite is we're not trying to provide either or, we're trying to provide all.
Yeah.
So the idea here behind Unite is providing you high quality audio and allowing you the interface to get it wherever you need. So if that be a wireless two-way tour, if that be wireless handheld mics, or like I am here, I'm actually mic'd up with our body pack.
Oh yeah,
and
I
a little
see. It's
lapel
picking
mic.
you up
Yeah,
right now.
it's picking me up. So we're also utilizing a cool solution partner. They're called US Translations. They are a full key service, and really the idea to showcase here is we're taking Unite, we're allowing people to wear a body pack and a mic to be to provide that assistive listening. Then we're taking my audio, we're putting it through their solution to do AI interpretation. The background about AI is you need high quality audio. Because it's a DEX system, we've got a really great range, we've got security on it. Then we're sending it via Bluetooth. It's capable with our transmitters. So via Bluetooth, we're sending that interpreted audio out. So you have on demand, right now we're in Spanish, but that can be any language. Really, it allows options.
Yeah, fantastic. Tell me a little bit about the applications that you'd recommend Unite for.
Oh my gosh! So it
Which
really,
they're really
I'm
endless,
like
but
that's the key. So
Yeah.
it really is your Swiss Army knife. We see a lot of requests, especially in courts and in city, of course, in school district education, higher ed. There's a really big demand for interpretation, and we find a lot that there is not enough live interpreters, but interpretation is still needed. So there's been a lot of turn to AI. Of course, AI is not going to be the solution for every application, but the fact is our quality of audio is so high that it does work great with AI, low latency, lots of options when you need that on-demand interpretation. So you're going to find us a lot in those applications, but it's not limited to. You think about healthcare, there's such a demand in interpretation in healthcare. This would allow for your doctor to come in and talk to the patient and have one-to-one interpretation using a single device to select the audio that you need to interpret it in. Really simplifies things for you. And then of course, your typicals. You've got everything from house of worship, and with our corporate applications, if you need to run a Zoom call or a Teams hybrid call, because hybrid, of course, isn't going away.
Nope.
We see it every day. This allows
Absolutely.
you, especially with the USB or Bluetooth, you can connect a device, host those calls, and interpret languages on both ends.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much. I
Thank
appreciate
you.
your time.
It's good to see you.
I think that concludes our booth tour. So I hope this has given you viewers a great idea of what's at Televic's booth. Of course, we're going to do product videos one by one too. So if you want to see a little more in depth of each solution, we have that for you too on the Rave Pubs website. But yeah, Kira, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
And make sure to go to ravepubs.com/InfoComm for all of your InfoComm news. Again, I'm Steph Beckett, and we will see you next time.
Bye.